Very pleased to be here today to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is virtual reality, and all the great content that creative people are busy creating in virtual reality right now, all around the world. So that's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, and show you some of the videos of some of the best virtual reality content to, maybe help start some ideas in your heads about, how it can relate to the business that you're in, and especially since this is the game section, I'm sure that many game developers are here. So absolutely, there's a lot of great virtual reality games, and even opportunity for more. So I'll be happy to share with you sort of best practices for creating virtual reality content, specifically around interactive, and see if we have questions at the end. Feel free to let me know. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started. So just a quick introduction for myself. Actually, got a little bit of intro earlier, so thank you for that. So I've been making my full career of making video games, and I started my career at Sega back in the Sega Genesis time period. So I got to work on games like Sonic the Hedgehog and Virtua Fighter and Virtua Racer. And I decided in this time that this is absolutely the right career for me, and I wanted to understand how I could make great games. And so that's what I've done for my full career, and I've been very lucky to create some of the games you see here, like Duke Nukem and Unreal, Doom, Quake, Pirates of the Caribbean, many games, and I've developed games on all 5 continents of the world over my career, and with more than 250 development teams during that time. So very glad to be here and meet all of you developers. So with that, I want to show a video of some of the what we call mixed reality, virtual reality content. And actually, I'll see if we can get some sound. So yeah, this is a technique that we use right here.
It makes me feel like you're pulling string back. Left, left.
Using the green screen technology here, basically you're able to see what the user is seeing inside the headset surrounding them. So it's a very nice technique that we've developed to show people outside of the virtual reality headset what it's like inside. This is of course using the HTC Vive platform, as you can see, which is right now the leading VR platform for premium VR.
The wheels are a little off kilter.
Hold on. You really want to go down there. Little bit of a torque issue.
Right?
Oh, we got him space. No, I can't. The grid's here.
The grid wall here, that's to stop you from walking the couch, walking on the walls.
Oh, this is so cool. I can move all
Look at this thing.
This is a really fun game right here, Audio Shield. Everybody has a chance to check it out. This one is called The Lab. It's from Valve, and it's just an absolutely fantastic game. This is Mount Everest. You get to actually climb Mount Everest and go up to the top of the mountain. This is a beautiful zombie shooter called Arizona Sunshine. Hover jumpers, budget cuts, All of these pieces of content you're seeing here are actually live on Steam and available for people to enjoy right now. So yeah, there's just a quick kind of recap in case you haven't experienced premium virtual reality yet. You can kind of see from that video that there's a wide variety of content already available. Most of those were games, but there's also 10 different categories of VR content that we're focusing on at HTC, and I'll give a quick overview of each of those today. So, when we think about virtual reality, the question is, who's going to be the king of this new market that's just appearing? And, I have my ideas about that, but essentially, as we all know, there's a saying that goes that content is king. And so I think that we're seeing in virtual reality, this is going to be the same case, that essentially the platforms that are able to get the best content on their platforms are going to be the ones that win this battle. So, where we're at now is that virtual reality actually needs some of these. Don't know if anybody here recognizes what that is, but it's VisiCalc, which was considered the killer app for the Apple II platform, and it drove adoption of Apple in the early PC days. You probably recognize this. Of course, he is the killer app for any Nintendo system that they launch. And so, I think right now we're in the space in virtual reality that we need our killer apps. And then, I'd like to challenge all of you here that are working in development to try to create that killer app, because right now it's a wide open field. Certainly there's absolutely brilliant content available today. There's more than 700 games and apps and virtual reality content available for our Vive platform right now. So there's plenty for everyone to enjoy. But we really need the big blockbuster that people really can enjoy and understand right away. So we have, I'm just going to give some of the pillars of our strategy for what kind of content that we're looking for, so that if you're interested in getting into virtual reality market from a development standpoint, you can understand kind of what we're looking at as important. So we focus on what we call full presence, and full presence is the sensation where your brain is tricked into thinking that you're somewhere else due to the full immersion of the features of our platform. And those features are what actually essentially trick the brain to thinking that you're on Mount Everest, or to thinking that you're on the surface of Mars, or that you're deep underwater. So all of these places we can send people using virtual reality, so it's a very, very magical time for us in terms of content creation. So we try to create content that is social, because we find that social is very, very powerful when people can actually interact with each other inside of virtual reality. It definitely creates a fantastic environment for people to enjoy together. And so I just want to show a piece of content here that I got to experience. This is actually me. It's a little bit embarrassing, but this is from one of the best virtual reality content pieces I've found anywhere in the world right now. It was developed by Namco, which is the famous Japanese game maker. And they created this virtual reality experience called Fear of Heights. And in it, you go up an elevator to the 60th story of the skyscraper, and then as the elevator door opens, there's a wooden board that goes out, as you can see, but 60 stories above the ground. And that's why they call it Fear of Heights, because it is terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying. So as you can see, they put an actual board peripheral on the floor, and the board actually pivots to the right and to the left, depending on where you're walking. And your mission is to walk out to the end of the board and rescue a little kitten that's sitting there at the end of the board, and then take him back to safety